Good morning. Please join me in welcoming the 2015 recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Distinguished Service, carrying the University Mace and leading our procession, Dr. Thoreau Peterson. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Massachusetts Medical School, classes of 2016. Let's first welcome the graduates of the Graduate School of Nursing. Graduates of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences. The graduates of the School of Medicine. led by the student-selected faculty marshals, Susan Feeney and Don Fraga, please welcome the faculty of the University of Massachusetts Medical School. Finally, please welcome our university trustees, today's honorary degree recipients, distinguished guests, and the leadership of our campus. Please join me in welcoming our Chancellor, Dr. Michael F. Collins, who will open the main ceremony. Chancellor Collins.
Good morning. I hereby declare the 43rd Annual Commencement Exercises of the University of Massachusetts Medical School officially open. Could I ask the audience to please rise and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Well, it's a great privilege to be the first to officially salute UMass Medical School's classes of 2016. Congratulations on this year's special day. On behalf of all of us on our campus, let me welcome members of our graduates' families and their friends who join us for our ceremony today. We know that you share in our pride as we celebrate the many accomplishments of our graduates. Graduates in the classes of 2016 are known for their outstanding academic accomplishments, as well as their extraordinary commitment to reaching beyond the borders of the campus to work with and to help others. We applaud you as you prepare to take your rightful place in our city, our Commonwealth, our nation, and our world as graduates of Massachusetts' great public medical school. You've achieved success in large part to the support of your family and friends. Today's celebration is for them as well. I'd like to ask the classes to please rise and join me in thanking your families and friends with a hearty round of applause. It's important to recognize those who cannot be with us today because they were called to duty as members of the United States Armed Forces, serving our country around the world. It's their selfless service to our nation and their commitment to preserve our freedom that enables us to be here today. Our thoughts and prayers are with them and with the members of their families. We're so pleased to have many members of our university's Board of Trustees with us today, including Vice Chair Maria Furman, Richard P. Campbell, Edward W. Collins, Jr., Jeffrey Mullen, Margaret D. Exaferis, our student trustee Yevon Rowe, R. Norman Peters, and Carrie Osterhaus-Hool, MD, an alumna of our medical school. Dr. Osterhaus-Hool will be offering greetings on behalf of Board Chair Victor Woolridge and her fellow trustees. It's my distinct pleasure now to invite Trustee Osterhaus-Hool to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone, and hello, class of 2016. To President Meehan, Chancellor Collins, Dean Flott, fellow members of the Board of Trustees, and to the faculty, staff, family, and friends gathered today, to our honorees and our distinguished guests, and most especially to the class of 2016. It is an honor to bring greetings from the University of Massachusetts Board of Trustees. As a member of the Board of Trustees and a proud alumna of this campus, I extend my sincere congratulations to the graduates, to the honorary degree recipients, Dr. Claire Pomeroy and Mr. Dermot Desmond, and to the commencement speaker, Governor Charlie Baker. Over the past month, the University of Massachusetts has conferred more than 17,000 degrees on graduates who will help shape the future of the Commonwealth, the nation, and the world. Many of them are the sons and daughters of Massachusetts. Their impact is particularly acute here at UMass Medical School, where the men and women who are receiving master's degrees, PhDs, and MDs today will go on to further great achievements and in the process make the world a better place. You are the people who will care for the sick, cure diseases, create breakthroughs and discoveries that will save lives and alter the course of science and medicine. Indeed, there is no higher calling than yours, a life dedicated to serving others. I am honored to be in your presence today and in the company of our two distinguished honorary degree recipients and the UMass Medical School faculty members who are also being honored. I hope you will never forget UMass Medical School. I hope you will continue to advocate for and support your alma mater and be the ambassador for it that not only someone with your firsthand knowledge of this medical school can be. So, congratulations on reaching this significant milestone in your life, class of 2016. I know from experience, it took a lot of hard work and effort to get here. And I also know that for you, the best is yet to come. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Trustee Osterhaus-Hool, for representing our board at today's ceremony and for your wonderful words. 1 year ago, our university asked a new leader to assume the mantle as our president. Throughout this past year, our new president has embraced our campus, come to understand its needs, and has become our most ardent advocate. We welcome Marty Meehan, president of the University of Massachusetts, to our campus today. And it gives me great pleasure to invite him for the first time as our president to bring greetings on behalf of our university system. President Meehan. Thank you very much, Governor Charlie Baker, Chancellor Collins, Dean Flott, Trustees Campbell, Collins, Furman, Mullen, Osterhaus-Hool, Peters, Exaferis, and Robb. Members of the faculty, honorees, family and friends, and most particularly to you, members of the class of 2016. Please allow me to begin by offering my congratulations on your great achievement. Now, simply to have been admitted to this world-class institution is no small accomplishment. And now you have mastered the demanding course of study that was placed before you, and to be here today is to reach the top of the mountain and marvel at the view. So I commend all of you on a well-done job. But as you know, no one climbs a mountain of this magnitude on his or her own. So please, I know you did it once, but take a moment to recognize someone who helped you on this journey. A spouse, your parents, your grandparents, anyone who helped you get to where you are today, please acknowledge them again. What has made the name UMass Medical School synonymous with excellence in teaching, research, and service? Its faculty. You have been all transformed and will now transform the lives of others as a result of the enormous contributions of this faculty. Please take a moment and acknowledge the outstanding contribution of this world-class faculty at the University of Massachusetts Medical School. Since its founding in 1962, UMass Medical School has not wavered from its vision of serving the Commonwealth through education, research, and service. The only thing that probably couldn't have been contemplated when the decision was made to create a public medical school and when the first shovel was put in the ground here in Worcester is the scale, the scope, the impact, and the level of excellence. And how quickly it was that all this was achieved. Because within the lifetime of many of us here today, within the lifetime of some of us here today, this wonderful medical school has become recognized as one of the best in the nation at educating primary care physicians. It's been praised throughout the world for its high-quality research in many areas, including RNA biology, systems biology, ALS, and so many other areas. And it has answered the call of those in need, whether it be talking to young people struggling with opioid addiction in the streets of the Commonwealth or the families struggling in sections of Western Africa. Within a matter of decades, what was once a quiet hillside just west of Lake Quinsinemig has become a shining star that should make anyone who lives in this state even more proud to say, I'm from Massachusetts. As a Massachusetts citizen, as a University of Massachusetts graduate, and as a president of the University of Massachusetts, I know that I look out to you, members of the class of 2016, with such a sense of pride, with admiration, and with appreciation. I know that you're all going to do great things. And I know that you're going to help and heal our world. And I wish you every success as you climb this new mountain. Congratulations. Good luck.
This year, our local legislative delegation has continued to serve Worcester and the central part of our Commonwealth with concerted effort. We've been bolstered by the support and confidence of our legislative leaders as they continue to advocate on our behalf. I'd like to welcome a wonderful advocate for our medical school in the city of Worcester, State Senate Majority Leader Harriet Chandler, who joins us today. Senator Chandler, thanks for all you do in furtherance of this great medical school. I'm also pleased to welcome two of her colleagues in the House of Representatives, State Representative David Meridian and State Representative Danielle Gregoire. Could you please stand to be recognized? Lastly, I want to recognize Mr. Patrick Muldoon, President of the UMass Memorial Medical Center, who represents our healthcare system partner today. Thank you for your support, collaboration, and leadership. Patrick? It's a special privilege each commencement day to have the opportunity to offer a few final thoughts to our graduates and the community of family and friends that has gathered to support them. Our faculty and students continue to demonstrate their keen intellect, compassion, and innovation skills as they receive numerous accolades for their scholarly contributions. Could I ask the members of our faculty who are present here today to rise and be recognized? During this past year, throughout the Commonwealth and beyond, our university has been making the case that we are here for a reason. As we look to the future, we are emboldened by our campus's many pathways to promise. At Mass Biologics, we've expanded our presence in the Commonwealth by increasing our footprint onto the South Coast region of our state as we continue the development of novel and life-changing biologics. At Commonwealth Medicine, we continue to advocate for those most in need in our Commonwealth and beyond, as we provide the intellectual capital to assist those who care for the neediest among us. We take great pride in celebrating our 20-year commitment to the Worcester Pipeline Collaborative, a collaboration with the Worcester Public Schools that has transformed the light of hope into expectation for students in Worcester's North Quadrant. Through a strategic partnership with Bay State Health in Springfield, we're in the midst of establishing the medical school's first regional campus, as together with UMass Amherst, we create new educational pathway for medical students who wish to pursue a track in population-based urban and rural community health. We recognize the importance of our efforts to continue to spark discovery and create innovation throughout the life sciences ecosystem that exists in our Commonwealth. Our founders could only have imagined what we've become. Less than half a century ago, on this very spot, the land was tilled, cattle grazed, and visionaries in medicine stood aside the lake as they planned to create a health sciences university that would transform Worcester and change the future of medicine. Today, here assembled are those who are fulfilling that vision. Clearly, we are here for a reason. We're known throughout the land for our commitment to primary care. The care provided in our healthcare system and educational affiliates is at the forefront of medicine. Those who are our patients are most grateful that our clinicians care, discover, and teach. The research conducted throughout our laboratories generates new, exciting, and innovative pathways of promise that are at the leading edge of science and innovation. We know because members of our faculty this year have received acclaim throughout our land and beyond, as collectively they have garnered almost $270 million in research awards and contracts from the NIH, industry innovators and foundations, all of whom recognize the import and impact of the science on this campus. That said, there's no greater promise than that which exists in the lives of our graduates this day. As the current stewards of this great public medical school, we welcomed you to campus as you were, and we have seen you transformed into the professionals you have become. With great anticipation, we know that you shall fulfill the vision of our founders, but you'll do it in so many places and ways that they could have only imagined. In each and every encounter throughout your careers, you shall represent all that is great about this very special place. Through your actions, you shall realize your full promise and make us greater still. During this past year, throughout our Commonwealth, we have faced a gripping reality of the opioid epidemic, an indiscriminate public health crisis that defiles our midst. Thousands have died from preventable illness, yet there's no mosquito vector to grab our attention, or no bloodborne illness to marshal public health forces in response. You see, opioids are a quiet killer, surrounded by despair on one side and loneliness on the other. Through the leadership of our governor, focus has been galvanized to this challenge, and our campus has responded with intensity and determination. As the state's public medical school, we have a special responsibility to act, and we have accepted the governor's challenge. You are the first classes to have experienced content-focused education and training directly as a result of this initiative. We have worked diligently with our colleagues throughout medicine in Massachusetts and developed new opioid-conscious curricular and training modules. We're so pleased that our faculty and graduates have embraced these educational imperatives with the urgency necessitated by the extent of this epidemic. In the days just following my graduation from medical school, we were compelled to learn about HIV infection. A few years ago, the world's attention and energy focused on Ebola. In the past few months, Zika has gained international awareness, spurring action by the CDC and World Health authorities. In each case, we know that the emergence of such diseases necessitates a lifelong commitment to learning. We are encouraged that you embrace that reality and will model it through your careers. As your professional journeys bring you along many pathways into the future, you should embrace the possibilities that await with great confidence. You are graduates in professions that are respected and needed to change our world. It's clear that all of you are here for a reason. Please continue to be guided by the idealism that you brought to campus. Rebuff indifference wherever you see it and whenever you encounter it. Apply your enormous intellect and special gifts to the most audacious causes, like changing the course of history of disease. As you do so, please remember that your simple acts of kindness may become profound moments and images that will last forever. Put your arms around a mentee in a lab. Encourage them to continue on as that next experiment may yield the results they need to unravel the unknown. Sit on the side of the bed, dismiss the entourage that accompanies you, and take a moment to hold the hand of your patient as you comfort them in their greatest moments of need. Reach out to those who are less fortunate, those in your communities and far beyond. They are in need of your intellect and compassion. So few of us are given the privilege that soon will be accorded to you. Use your many talents to care for and about others throughout the rest of your lives. As you begin your careers and as you continue in them, we hope that you will be inspired by those who we pay tribute to today, for they are here for a reason. Like Claire Pomeroy, will you be able to overcome hardship and adversity, pursue clinical care education and research, and emerge as a physician scientist with a determination that inspires, and while so doing, model leadership that transforms the art and science of medicine while bolstering support for the hope promised by biomedical research? Like Dermot Desmond, will you be able to use your gifts to leverage respect for others and do so with ingenuity and a spirit of determination to innovate and motivate, and while so doing, positively impact the lives of many through a commitment to selfless service of those most in need? Like Charles Baker, will you be able to commit to public service and through that service mobilize the talents of others to serve a greater need, and do so with a seriousness of purpose that makes aspirations expectations? As you embark on your bright pathways of promise, we shall watch with heightened anticipation for your many accomplishments. Please remain mindful that our communities, our Commonwealth, our nation, and our world need you. We need your intellect and innovation. We need your care and compassion. We need your humility, humanity, and kindness. And all the while, know that we will take great pride in recognizing you as one of our own. You are here for a reason. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. Our university bestows honorary degrees upon select individuals whose accomplishments clearly represent the values that this institution holds dear. Today, we present honorary degrees to Dr. Claire Pomeroy and Mr. Dermot Desmond, and a Chancellor's Medal to Governor Charles Baker. University President Meehan will confer the honors. Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present to you for the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, Dr. Claire Pomeroy.
You may be seated. Preeminent physician who has brought hope to her patients, intrepid investigator who has given hope to the vulnerable populations, and respected research advocate whose leadership brings hope to people everywhere, Dr. Claire Pomeroy, the University of Massachusetts Medical School welcomes you on our 43rd Commencement Day. Your personal narrative has been marked by overcoming adversity. Growing up as a foster child, you learned that acceptance is at the heart of humanity, and that your own humanity comes from an acceptance of others and an appreciation for their unique differences. These hard-earned lessons may have come early in your life, but emanating therefrom was a lifelong commitment to accepting others and caring for their personal needs. Guided by a set of core values, including courage, resiliency, compassion, and acceptance, you have approached your life through the prism of duty and obligation. Becoming a physician served as a natural pathway that empowered you to fully honor a personal oath, one that you were already practicing well before joining our oath-bound medical profession. Your career in medicine coincided with the emergence of the HIV/AIDS virus. As fear, hostility, and discrimination followed those early HIV/AIDS patients into medical settings and into your clinic, you met your patients with an outstretched hand and an outsized heart. In all of your patient encounters, you replaced fear with empathy, hostility with compassion, and discrimination with acceptance. By so doing, you have exemplified the noblest traditions of our profession by passionately advocating for the best interests of your patients, whomever they are, wherever they come from, and whatever condition they may be in. This patient-centered approach has followed you along your professional journey as an accomplished physician, expert clinical educator, bold researcher, esteemed leader in academic medicine, and now as the inspiring president of the Albert and Mary Lasker Foundation. In each of these roles, you have intuitively understood the exponential power of hope. Indeed, you have remarked that the ultimate injustice is to take away a person's hope. That is why you have dedicated yourself to being a beacon for hope, giving your patients hope that better days lay ahead, giving your students and colleagues the confidence to realize their hopes, and through your leadership of one of the most influential research advocacy organizations in the world, giving millions of people reason to hope that scientific achievements can and will improve their lives. That all may know of our sincerest appreciation for your being a model for humanistic medicine and a compelling champion for the great promise and hope that biomedical research holds for elevating the human condition. The the University of Massachusetts Medical School confers upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Dr. Claire Pomeroy, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. In accordance with the usual custom, you are entitled to all of the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. In token whereof, we award you this diploma and invest you with the hood of a Doctor of Science. Congratulations.
Chancellor Collins, I now have the honor to present to you for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, Mr. Dermot Desmond.
An international financier who garners high respect from peers, a philanthropist whose generosity stems from his deep respect towards all individuals, and a man of principle whose sincere respect for humanity defines his leadership of respect. Dermot Desmond, the University of Massachusetts Medical School welcomes you on this, our 43rd Commencement Day. When you believe in something, you give yourself totally to it. This core belief has been the hallmark and benchmark of your celebrated career. When you embark on a project, you do not merely invest your resources, you invest yourself, wholly and without reservation. As Ireland was re-envisioning its economy in the early 1980s, you already were reshaping it. Whereas detractors of change saw land along Dublin Harbor for what it was, a neglected, unsightly, and undesirable parcel, you foresaw what could be, a pathway to Dublin's revitalization and to Ireland's emergence in the global economy. The process you led to realize the Financial Services Center's promise challenged you, but you persevered until success was ensured. Literally and figuratively, you invested everything in this defining project, which today stands as a testament to your brilliant vision, uncanny sense of opportunity, boundless energy, and infectious passion. These very traits have been at the heart of your 2 decades-long association with Respect, an organization with a mission to provide the necessary support and resources to improve the lives of people with intellectual disabilities. As Respect's first and only board chair, you have been at the forefront of this amazing transformation, beginning with an ambitious building program to transition those individuals confined to sterile and soulless institutional living facilities to community-style bungalows brimming with life and love. Today, the residents of these new properties do not just have a key to a beautiful room, but also to a future of possibilities. What began as a responsibility to improve the quality of the living conditions for those challenged with intellectual disabilities has now evolved into a passion to improve the quality of their lives through multidisciplinary, evidence-based research and assistive technologies. Your passionate leadership has positioned Respect and its research arm, Doctorate, at the forefront of intellectual disabilities and autism research. Respect's Research Institute is harnessing the collective power of 20 institutions from across Ireland, the United Kingdom, and the United States including ours, to bring about positive and lasting change in the lives of individuals with intellectual disabilities. That all may know of the greatest respect we have for your generosity of spirit towards all humankind, the University of Massachusetts Medical School confers upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Dermot Desmond, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. In accordance with the usual custom, you are entitled to all the rights, privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. In token whereof, we award you this diploma and invest you with the hood of a Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations.
Chancellor Collins, it is now my distinct honor to present to you for the awarding of a Chancellor's Medal, the Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Charles D. Baker.
I'll take that for you. I'm not going to lose it. Okay. A public servant who selflessly serves, a principled leader who leads by example, and a governor who governs with expert skill. Governor Charles D. Baker, the University of Massachusetts Medical School welcomes you on this, our 43rd Commencement Day. You have focused your career on making Massachusetts a better place to live and to work. Your example of public service has demonstrated that working for the public good can truly improve the common good. Through all of your endeavors, there has run a consistent thread, a commitment to solving problems by approaching them with imagination, energy, and persistence. You have shown time and again that you will not relent in your efforts until you have resolved the issue at hand. As a cabinet member in the administration of Governors Weld and Cellucci, you demonstrated that government could innovate, could solve problems, and could change lives. You faced a colossal deficit. You created a significant surplus. Later, as CEO of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, you employed the same public sector approach to address a private sector challenge, saving one of the state's largest health insurance companies. During your tenure, you solved real problems by focusing on real solutions, and you left the organization a better place than you found it, the one true measure of a leader's success. When you were elected as our governor in 2015, you knew that some of your administration's priorities would be of your own choosing, while others would be chosen for you. You have faced both the blizzard of the known and unknown with the same spirit of determination, imagination, and collaboration that have marked your exceptional career. When it became clear that our Commonwealth was in the throes of a growing epidemic of opioid addiction and misuse, you faced this alarming scourge in the only manner you know, head-on. You made it personal. You exposed a common problem. You elevated it to a public health crisis. In the best spirit of collaboration and consultation, you marshaled the public will for the common good and exhorted all of us to face the challenge together as one. Convening your Health and Human Services team and the leaders of the Commonwealth's 4 great medical schools, you challenged us to create a new standard of education for our students and residents as we help prepare them to confront this frightening, difficult, and complex crisis. The core competencies we worked to define are now part of the curriculum at this medical school. Every graduating physician and nurse practitioner who walks across this stage today is now better equipped to help their patients and the broader epidemic because of your leadership. Proud son of Massachusetts, innovative leader in business and government, compassionate and forceful governor, we thank you for your work on behalf of all who depend on the services the Commonwealth provides. That all may know of our admiration for your uncommon leadership, and as publicly we celebrate your commitment and humanity, please accept this Chancellor's Medal as a sign of our pledge to continue to partner with you as you lead us into the future. We're so pleased that Governor Baker serves today as our principal commencement speaker. It's my privilege to welcome him to the lectern. Governor Baker.
I think I'm going to ask the Chancellor if he can travel with me whenever I need to make a speech anywhere so that he can introduce me. That was a riff that my dad would have loved and my mom would have believed. Let me also be one of the first to congratulate Dr. Pomeroy and Dr. Desmond on your achievements. I think it's fair to say that both of these distinguished individuals are who they are, not because of the opportunity to receive public acclaim for what they do, but because in their hearts they believe in what they're doing. And you folks were enormously smart to honor them here today. And I must say that I am humbled to be on the same stage and in the same crowd with two such distinguished individuals. President Meehan, Chancellor, trustees, and anybody else who had a role in selecting the commencement speaker, I want to thank you for this chance to be here to speak today. I have a very soft spot for UMass Medical School. First of all, you gave my friend and my former boss, former Governor Paul Cellucci, an opportunity to make lemonade out of lemons when he was diagnosed with ALS some years ago. Second, UMass Memorial Medical Center did a wonderful job of helping my brother Jonathan work his way back from a frightening bout with Guillain-Barré syndrome last year. You also have one of the most successful and important primary care teaching programs in the country at a point in time when more than ever we need superstars and lots of them in primary care. And this place was an early supporter, led by the Chancellor and others, on some of the more controversial reforms that we proposed last year to deal with the aforementioned opioid epidemic that's been gripping the Commonwealth. And in particular, to the graduates of this year's medical school, I want to tell you how pleased I am that you graduated, all of you, having passed a core competency in pain management and opioid therapies and prescribing. If I had to pick one of the most important elements of our significant level of reform efforts in this space, it would be for us as a Commonwealth to do a better job of preparing all of you, and by the way, all of those currently practicing and prescribing, to understand the positives and the negatives and the importance of ongoing communication when it comes to opioid therapy. This is something I've seen quite a bit about throughout my time in public life, and I'll talk a little more about that in a minute. But enough about UMass. Congratulations to all the graduates. Now, I have some true confessions here. I've been to 3 graduations of my own: high school, college, and business school. I have no idea who spoke at my high school graduation. German Chancellor Helmut Kohl spoke at my college graduation. I have no idea what he said. And the General Motors CEO at the time, Roger Smith, spoke at my business school graduation, and I have no idea what he said either. So I recognize the extremely high bar I have to climb over to say something meaningful here today. And I know most of you got 3 hours of sleep last night. You have half-packed boxes all over your rooms. I'm standing between you and your diploma. And every one of you has done something that the vast majority of mankind will never do. You mastered organic chemistry. It's true. So let's try this. As someone who's been in and around the healthcare world for the past 30 years, here are 4 thoughts I have about the future of medicine. Hopefully, at least one of them will make some sense to each of you, and you can take it from here. First, the ever-advancing body of knowledge in science and biology has made life dramatically more complex for practicing clinicians. In some ways, it is the best and worst of times. You'll have far more tools in the toolbox than your peers 10 years ago, and the game is completely different than it was 20 years ago. The capacity of the system to generate and distribute information is boundless, and you enter it at a point in time when there is more data in the public domain than ever before. This creates at least 2 major challenges for you. First, you have to separate what would be nice to know from what you have to know. And there will be options for you to consider as you deal with this question. I simply ask that you recognize the legitimacy of this conundrum and factor it into the way you manage your practice. Second, the availability of so much information will create what I'll call a world full of internet experts. People who will think they know a lot more about medicine than they really do. They will be your neighbors, your patients, and the folks who worry about your patients and your neighbors. Force yourself to respect their interest in your chosen field of work. In many cases, they will only understand part of the story, because after all, they didn't pass organic chemistry. But they may help you understand how other people around them and you and around you are processing the information that you share with them. They will be anxious and in some cases obnoxious as they seek to impress upon you all that they know. Never forget that while you deal with the sometimes cold and harsh reality of medicine every single day, it can be a terrifying and surreal world for most of the people who seek your help and guidance. That means their transmitters will probably be working a lot better than their receivers. And here for you, patience will be a virtue. Second, medicine today, in ways that we are only beginning to understand, is becoming a team sport. The traditional approach to the practice of medicine, one physician and one patient, will always be the core of great medicine. But everything that goes into and surrounds that engagement is changing. Once upon a time, and it wasn't too long ago, the vast majority of clinical work was what I would call transactional. You break your leg, we fix it. Your heart stops, we get it going again. You have a tumor, we attack it. Most people are healthy most of the time and are occasionally sick. And the system is built, for the most part, to handle these kinds of concerns. However, an increasingly large piece of healthcare today is not about transactional medicine. Instead, it's about helping someone manage 1, 2, 3, or more chronic illnesses over a long period of time. This is a very different task. I read a study a few years ago that suggested that a patient dealing with multiple conditions will see as many as 50 to 70 clinicians a year. This is a big piece of the future of medicine. Your success in helping people deal with single episodes of illness means that more and more medicine is going to be about people who are dealing with multiple major chronic concerns. The only way to succeed in this game is to play as part of a team, because it becomes a game of interdependent decision-making. But most of you, and almost all of those before you, have been trained to play as individuals. I want you to think of it this way. When I went to business school, the message was always the same. You win or lose as a team. This is not an individual sport. You are one of many, and many others along with you will determine your collective success. Blah, 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 blah. But I got the point that it wasn't just about my work and my performance, it was about our work and our performance. And to use a sports metaphor, we were not golfers, we were members of a football team. I would argue that the changing nature of illness, the availability and distribution of information, and the sophistication of what you know and the tools that you will have available to you makes medicine, in ways it's never been before, a team sport. Which brings me to thought number 3. There's a really interesting collision happening between wireless technologies, wireless wearable devices, digital clinical information, and big data that has fascinating possibilities. For years, people with chronic conditions were either normal or they were crashing. There was very little in between. But the combination of wearable devices that can collect real-time data, wireless technologies that can send it somewhere, clinical records that can catch it and process it, and big data guidance that can translate it and signal clinicians immediately if need be, means for the first time ever, you will have the ability to figure out when someone with one or more chronic illnesses is normal but trending negative. This could be, and I believe will be, a very, very big deal. And it will give you opportunities to think completely differently about what it means to manage care. My final point, if you see something, say something. That may seem obvious, but I think sometimes that my friends and colleagues in medicine don't always understand how valuable their voices can be. When I was campaigning in 2014, I heard a lot about opioids and addiction from dozens of families. So much so that I finally started asking people that I knew who were surgeons, ER docs, and addiction specialists about opioids. They all gave me some version of, yeah, it's a disaster. But their language was actually far more colorful than that. And I learned a ton from my conversations with them. But I couldn't help wondering why I was hearing so much from moms and dads first, and from my friends, the docs, only when I brought it up. I speculate that most clinicians might believe that those of us in public life are not necessarily smart enough to know what to do with a raft of clinical information. Because, after all, none of us passed organic chemistry. But you will have so much to offer an aging society that is destined to wrestle with the enormously complex questions about illness, clinical technology, care delivery, and life itself. I urge you to speak up, because your voices will be a hugely important part of the dialogue. And just to be sure that you remember something from today's remarks, I'm going to repeat my 4 points. First, you can do more, and you have access to more tools and more knowledge than ever before. Second, you will have to figure out how to access and deploy that data and respect the fact that others will access all kinds of data as well. Third, your opportunity to use new tools to manage patients more remotely can be and should be game-changing. And finally, you are hugely important voices in a world that will need your knowledge more than ever. Now, I love what I do. I've always had an itch for public service. And the job I have now is about as spot on as anything I could have ever imagined. I suspect many of you have always wanted to practice medicine. The challenges you will face will be real, and at times will feel insurmountable. But if you're anything like me, the satisfaction associated with having the chance to be all you thought you could be should make it all worthwhile. From this day forward, the next game begins. The fun, for many of you, will get far more interesting. The next chapter, and every chapter going forward after this, is up to you. I wish you nothing but the best. Again, make sure your voices are heard, and God bless, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Governor, for being here today and for your leadership of our Commonwealth. Let me assure you that if you're really that interested in organic chemistry, we can make it happen. We've come now to a most important part of our ceremony, the conferral of degrees and certificates of advanced graduate study to graduates from the University of Massachusetts Medical School. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. Joan Vitello, Dean of the Graduate School of Nursing, to the lectern. Dean Vitello.
Governor Baker, President Meehan, Chancellor Collins, Provost Flott, distinguished guests, honorary degree recipients, Dr. Pomeroy, Mr. Desmond, fellow faculty, and you, our graduating students, and their families and their loved ones. It is now my privilege to introduce to you our 2016 class speaker. She is a family nurse practitioner and will be receiving her doctorate of nursing practice and leadership. Please join me in welcoming Talina Nicole Fairchild.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dean Vitello, for that wonderful introduction. I would like to thank the Graduate School of Nursing, class of 2016, for the honor and privilege to represent you. Also, I'd like to take a moment to thank Chancellor Collins, Dean Flott, Dean Caranthers, Dean Vitello, Governor Charlie Baker, invited dignitaries, honorary guests, faculty, staff, family, and friends for being part of this wonderful celebration. Governor Baker, my husband would be very disappointed with me if I didn't say a personal thank you for our Christmas card we received from you. We are looking forward to another one this year. I wouldn't be here today without the support from my fellow colleagues, faculty, and staff in the Graduate School of Nursing. Thank you. To my family and friends, I appreciate all the encouragement and support. Thank you for believing in me. Jacob, you have offered me more support and guidance than I could ever ask for. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Graduates, congratulations, we've made it. As I reflect on the past 4 years, I think back to the push I needed to return to school. At that time, I was working as a staff nurse, frustrated I could only impact patients' health in the short term and their needs extended beyond their hospital stay. I vividly remember sharing this frustration with a colleague during shift report, and she politely asked me, "What can you do about it?" It was that day, on the ride home, as I continued to think about her question, I decided I can do something about it. In the fall of 2012, I entered the Graduate School of Nursing with my BSN and obtained my MSN and now my Doctorate of Nursing Practice degree. Achieving these degrees are just the beginning of what I can do about it. Edwin Arokri, a fellow PhD graduate, sums up his experience in the program with one word: transformational. To transform healthcare, we the learners and future healthcare providers have to be transformed. As a new mother, I can appreciate the transformation that takes place to have to be responsible for the health and well-being of a child. The Graduate School of Nursing has prepared us with the knowledge, skills, resources, challenges, and experiences needed to enter the world and begin transforming healthcare. Another fellow PhD graduate, Paula Moreau, stated the Graduate School of Nursing is a rigorous and excellent program with nursing faculty who are outstanding in their scholarship and deep commitment to challenge and support us. The goals and expectation exceed that of most other programs. The Graduate School of Nursing has prepared me as a family nurse practitioner and an authentic nurse leader who is determined to transform patient care using leadership and evidence-based practice to improve healthcare outcomes for individuals in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and beyond. I encourage all of us, as we work together as interprofessional healthcare team members, to assess areas we can improve and impact these outcomes. The opioid crisis is just one example where we can have impact. So I conclude with the question: what can you do about it? Thank you.
President Meehan, I have the honor of letting you know that the 2016 Graduate School of Nursing candidates have satisfied all of the requirements for the master's degree, the Doctorate of Nursing Practice, the Doctorate of Philosophy degrees in nursing.
Will the candidates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon each of you the degree recommended by the faculty of the Graduate School of Nursing. In accordance with usual custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to these degrees here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Will the following please come forward? Dr. Michelle Pugnia, Dr. Janet Hale for awarding the master's degree, and Dr. Jill Terrian and Don Carpenter to place the hoods on these graduates.
Benjamin Scott Alfred. Robin Arell. Jonathan L. Adius. Jillian R. Balsavich. Morgan Elizabeth Brescia. Carol Cannon. Michelle Renee Clasby. Mary Jo Coughlin. Victoria Creedon. Jessica A. Daniel. Hillary Rose DeGear. Margaret Donovan. Jillian Dowsland. Catherine Drosty. Ashley Fours. Jacqueline Fortier. Mallory Lourdes Gibbons. Greta Grecki. Alexandra McClellan Haggerty. Amy Campbell Hanson. Ryan Horgan. Brian Paul Houle. Melody C. Igwe. Caroline Carney Kane. Rachel Erica Katz. Fioralda Quicho. Ellen Keenitz Bell. Desiree Jean King. Ruth Isabel Lamiro. Megan Elizabeth Lavin. Catherine M. Latound. Amanda Celia Lewis. Jenna Lee Lizuski. Tori Lynn Manzi. Christina S. McKee. Audrey L. Mello. Shenley S. Meyer. Alexander Munding. Amelia Marie Nelson. Margaret Wynn. Adrian Jane Papayan. Sonia Schaefer. Craig David Toney. Chanel H. Vance. Patricia May Wheeler. Jenna Rose Williams. Will the Hooders please come forward for the awarding of the Doctor of Nursing Practice degree? Dr. Telena Nicole Fairchild. Will the Hooders please come forward for the awarding of the Doctor of Philosophy degrees? Doctor of Philosophy degrees in nursing are awarded to Dr. Donna M. Guillaume. Characteristics of the middle-aged adult inpatient fall. Dr. Edwin N. Aroki. A pilot study of the pharmacogenetics of ketamine-induced emergence phenomena. Dr. Lynn Berggren Knapp Diesmond. Distracted practice and patient safety, the healthcare team experience. Dr. Kathleen Falkenstrom. Exploratory study of nurse-patient encounters in home health care. Dr. Deborah M. Lavelle. Deliberate practice of IV medication procedures by graduate nurses. Feasibility, acceptability, and preliminary outcomes. Dr. Paula J. Moreau. Development and psychometric testing of an instrument to measure faculty engagement, the FE10, with underrepresented minority nursing graduates. Dr. Jessica Pagano-Therian. Research participation, decision-making among youth and parents of youth with chronic health conditions. Dr. Catherine Yvonne Raymond. Caring for adult children with serious mental illness, a qualitative descriptive study.
Will all the graduates of the Graduate School of Nursing please stand and be recognized? It is my pleasure now to invite Dr. Anthony Carruthers, Dean of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, to the lectern. Dr. Carruthers.
Thank you, Chancellor Collins, Governor Baker, Chancellor Collins, fellow faculty, students, distinguished guests, their families, and their loved ones. It is a distinct pleasure to introduce the class speaker of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences of the graduating class of this year, 2016. This young man undertook groundbreaking research in the role of cone cell metabolism in extending vision in retinitis pigmentosa and did his work in Claudio Ponzo's lab. So it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Aditya Venkatesh.
Thank you, Dean Carruthers, for that wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Governor Charlie Baker, Deans of the three schools, Chancellor, President of the University of Massachusetts, faculty, my fellow students and their families, and all my friends. I entered UMass in 2010. One among 85 students, the biggest class in the history of the graduate school. I come from a densely populated country, India, but 85 students in one class was something else. On the brighter side, it gave me 84 friends with who I could share the plight of the core courses in the first year. The difference, however, between a PhD program and any other graduate program is that beyond that first year, every student moves in their own direction depending on where our research takes us. While we all have similar benchmarks, everyone's journey is so different that it becomes difficult to relate to a fellow student's struggle over the next 4, 5, 6, okay, I'm going to stop there, over the next several years. This could at times lead to students feel isolated. I definitely did. But this is also what makes each one of our journeys so unique. And that is why commencement is particularly special for the graduate school, because after years, we are celebrating together each other's journeys. Talking about this journey, all of us experienced ups and downs, with the downs far outnumbering the ups. At times, we doubted our own self-worth and asked ourselves, what was I thinking when I decided to do a PhD? We spent our days and nights in our prime 20s or 30s isolated in laboratories, going to seminars for free food, and cribbing about our friends who sought careers in engineering and management. So why do we do it? I remember Dean Carruthers address us at orientation, telling us that graduate students are the ones who make the most groundbreaking discoveries. I doubted him back then in 2010. But today, seeing what we have all accomplished, I can understand the essence of what he meant. Regardless of whether our thesis becomes the basis for groundbreaking drug discovery, or whether it gets reduced to one sentence in a textbook, each one of us has made an indelible contribution towards the understanding of the unknown. Not everyone can say that, and that is something to be proud of. So take this moment to enjoy this moment with your family and friends. From my own journey, I've learned that it is important to keep asking questions and seeking answers to those questions. I realized that there is no such thing as a bad experiment because every experiment teaches you something. Sometimes the data may require you to change the question that you were asking in the first place. You only need to have an open mind to see what the data are trying to tell you. At times, this may go against what others in the field perceive as the norm. For example, if Craig Mello had neglected the double-stranded RNA in his preparations as contaminants, we would not have this powerful tool that changed the way we do biomedical research. Finally, to the class of 2016, I'd like to say, this is a big achievement. When I came to this country 7 years ago, I thought it was interesting that people celebrate graduation even at the middle school level. However, what I've come to believe is that no achievement is small. While the prefix of a doctor before our names is definitely fancy, I think one must appreciate the true essence of this doctoral degree. The rational thinking skills that this education has cultivated in all of us is something that will be ours for life. So regardless of the career path you choose, let's keep the spirit of this education alive. I cannot wait to see what each of us will go on to accomplish, and I wish you all the very best. It was indeed an honor to speak on behalf of the graduate school, and I immensely thank you for allowing me to represent you. Have a great afternoon.
Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences degree.
Will the candidates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences as recommended by the faculty of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences. In accordance with usual custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Will Doctors Michelle Pugnair, Kendall Knight, Mary Ellen Lane, and the Hooders please come forward for the awarding of the Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences degrees.
Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences degrees are awarded to Dr. Eric Gunnar Anderson, single molecule visualization of the DEH box ATPase HERP22 interacting with the spliceosome. Dr. Erin Elizabeth Heyer, optimizing RNA library preparation to redefine the translational status of ADS monosomes. Dr. Ahmed Rasim Barutku, characterization of higher order chromatin structure in bone differentiation and breast cancer. Dr. Cassandra Rose Blanchette, molecular mechanisms of assembly and long-term maintenance of neuronal architecture. Dr. Anaga Kandikar, age-related changes in the neuronal architecture of Caenorhabditis elegans. Dr. Marina Tiffany DiStefano, a role for the lipid droplet protein HIG2 in prompting lipid deposition in liver and adipose tissue. Dr. David Reese Driscoll, the impact of mTORC2 signaling on the initiation and progression of KRAS-driven pancreatic neoplasias. Dr. Sehui Liu, molecular pathways mediating glial responses during Wallerian degeneration. Dr. Stina Lisa Urban, the role of signal 3 cytokine timing in CD8 T-cell activation. Dr. Julian Paola Ellis, exploring new strategies to overcome resistance in glioblastoma multiforme. Dr. Kelly Hallstrom, the epithelial transmembrane protein PERP is required for inflammatory responses to S. typhimurium infection. Dr. Bo Han, using experimental and computational strategies to understand the biogenesis of microRNAs and piRNAs. Dr. William Edward Solomon, single molecule imaging reveals that argonaut reshapes the properties of its nucleic acid guides. Dr. Wei Wang, unveiling molecular mechanisms of the piRNA pathway from small signals in big data. Dr. Zhili Zhuang, structural variation discovery and genotyping from whole genome sequencing, methodology and applications. Dr. Margaret Rose Hyder, investigating the architecture and vesicle tethering function of the yeast exocyst complex. Dr. Sharanya Iyengar, Insights into melanocyte regeneration and melanoma initiation using the zebrafish model system. Dr. Vabiz Aspi Joki, synapse development, ribonuclear protein transport from the nucleus to the synapse. Dr. Heather Jill Kolpa, exist and co-T1 repeat RNAs are integral components of a complex nuclear scaffold required to maintain SAF-A and modify chromosome architecture. Dr. Brian Christopher Magnus, identification and targeting of the partially folded states of the folding free energy landscapes of ALS-linked proteins for therapeutic development. Dr. Benjamin John Manning, ATP-dependent heterochromatin remodeling. Dr. Mayuri Rege, RNA exosome and chromatin, the yin and yang of transcription. Dr. Ziyan Pang, the role of the medial habenula interpendicular nucleus pathway in anxiety. Dr. Ryan Joseph Nisler, small RNA regulation of the innate immune response, a role for Dicer in the control of viral production and sensing of nucleic acids. Dr. Lauren Renee Powell, conceptualizing, understanding, and assessing research literacy in a diverse population. Dr. Zhiji Ren, identification and characterization of microRNA modulators in C. elegans. Dr. Jadeh Ibrahim Sumana, hepatitis C virus, structural insights into protease inhibitor efficacy and drug resistance. Dr. Lorelei Iona Stoika, gene therapy for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. An AAV-delivered artificial microRNA against human SOD1 increases survival and delays disease progression in the SOD1 G93A mouse model. Dr. Aditya Venkatesh, activation of mTORC1 improves cone cell metabolism and extends vision in retinitis pigmentosa mouse. Dr. Rui Zhao, diet quality and evening snacking in relation to sleep duration and sleep quality among women with young children.
Will all the graduates of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences please rise and be recognized? It is my pleasure now to invite the Dean of the School of Medicine, Terrence R. Flott, MD, to the lectern. Dean Flott.
Thank you. Governor Baker, Chancellor Collins, trustees, faculty, graduates, family, and friends, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you the class speaker for the School of Medicine of the class of 2016, chosen by her peers for this great honor, soon to begin her internal medicine residency at Case Western Reserve, Raquel Wells.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chancellor Collins, President Meehan, Dean Flott, Governor Baker, and our beloved faculty. And welcome to the family and friends of our graduates. I am a Black woman graduating from the University of Massachusetts Medical School. To the class of 2016, today is a good day. We've made it. We've taken an idea, a desire, and turned it into a reality, our future. We've laughed, cried, complained, screamed, dropped weights way too loudly at the ASC gym, danced, passed, failed, risen above, and reflected. This cycle has happened more than once, likely multiple times while studying for Step 1, but with every opportunity to repeat, we become better, more confident. Why call this roller coaster of emotions and an opportunity? Well, we began as very eager, albeit naive, matriculates. We came across exhaustive volumes of information. We explored communication and social skills when learning to gain the trust of a person. Eventually, we were unleashed upon patients. We observed our interdisciplinary teams and helped wherever we could. Consider the analogy, jumping into an already coasting whitewater rafting boat. It's not going to stop or even slow down, you just have to jump in. Now, once you're in, you'll bump into rocks and sticks and maybe some logs, and sometimes pretty hard. The current you feel can be strong. Calm waters are a time for catching up and maybe reflecting. Throw in exams, extracurriculars, figuring out what a capstone is, and the underlying development of your person, and there's your epically beautiful roller coaster. The best part of all this is that along the way, we learn to embrace the mission of taking care of people. We start thinking more specifically about the kind of physician we want to be, and we learn the significance of taking care of ourselves. We find our balance. That may be how we got here, but why are we here? We're here because we chose to be. There was a time when the simple act of kindness was all the reward that drove us. We're here because we deserve to be. There was a time when someone believed in us. And you know what? We're even here because #goals, period. But honestly, friends, we've come a long way from the beginning, and we must not forget where we wanted to go if we're ever going to get there. Because unfortunately these days, it's too easy to lose sight. Losing sight. There are many distractions out there that make this a real danger. A growing patient population, needs exceeding resources, health illiteracy so severe as to preclude good health care, and increasing ethnic and cultural complexities in our societal structure. Take charge of these factors which influence our field and make your mark. What our generation chooses to do about healthcare will be more critical to public health in this nation than ever before. There are also the rapid shifts in how medicine is practiced. Can anyone possibly think that the medical practice we were taught is the same way we'll be practicing in 25 years? Medicine never stops changing, but will remain the same is the privilege. We must remember that the significance of our work, the concept of humility, and the privilege to practice. Remember to remain open-minded. Let our patients teach us about who they are and what they want in life. Remember to guide others in the same ways that you were, and especially in the ways that you weren't. Remember to be good to ourselves and to let our loved ones take care of us when we need it. Remember to be optimistic. Nothing can stand in our way. Remember to take ownership of our profession. There is always a seat at the table waiting for us, and I encourage us all to sit down. Our strengths do not stop here. You see, our class is very special. We found strength in each other as well. I know there's a place in our hearts for our memories together, with most fibers of our beings. Know that, believe that, and take that with you. To get to this defining moment, we had to work hard and make sacrifices. We're not saints or martyrs, but we're good people. We understand the value of hard work, and delayed gratification is something we know too well. We should applaud those who have supported our dreams and given us the strength to make it here today. I'd like to thank one person, my mommy. She has shared her secret of resilience with me time and time again, and never lets a day go by without letting me know how proud of me she is. As I look out at all of you, your smiling faces and excited eyes, I see a lot of lucky people. To have received the education that we did, with the faculty members who want nothing but our success, to have interacted with a community that is so passionate and dedicated to change, to have had each other to share this journey. If you don't remember anything that I've said, remember how you feel at this moment, the moment we received our medical degree, and stayed forthright in our ambition. So ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2016, my crew, take a picture with your heart, and congratulations, because today is a good day.
Terry, your line is next. We're going to confer the degree.
Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present to you the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Medicine, as recommended by the faculty of the School of Medicine. In accordance with usual custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Will Doctors Carruthers, Pugnair, Knight, and the MD PhD Hooders please come forward?
Today we have the honor of awarding degrees to 5 graduates who have completed the requirements for the combined MD PhD degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Dr. Tia Broder, regulation of type 2 responses in lung fibrosis and systemic autoimmunity. Dr. Suzanne Marie Cerniak, ADHD 200 patients, characterization and classification using resting state networks. Dr. Daniel Mark Frendel, predicting other cause mortality risk for older men with localized prostate cancer. Dr. Cindy Yushuan Lai, ESPFU, an enterohemorrhagic E. coli secreted effector, hijacks mammalian actin assembly proteins by molecular mimicry and repetition. Dr. Elizabeth Diane Townsley, CD8 T-cell and NK responses to a novel dengue epitope, a possible role for KIR-D3L1 in dengue pathogenesis.
Come forward for the conferring of the Doctor of Medicine degrees.
For several years now, medical education here has taken place in small communities comprised of students from all 4 years of medical school. These communities are called houses and were named after Worcester neighborhoods to remind us of our school's connection with the community. Students in these houses are mentored by faculty who closely follow their academic progress and professional development. Our graduates today will be hooded by a class-chosen faculty representative and their mentors as listed in your program. Will Dr. Frank Domino and the Hooders please come forward for the awarding of the Doctor of Medicine degrees? School of Medicine graduates, please come forward as directed by the student marshals. Doctor of Medicine degrees are awarded to Blackstone House, Dr. Roni Suhail Berbara. Dr. Joseph Anthony Sarasulo. Dr. Rebecca Ann Compton. Dr. Yi Lee. Dr. Kara Lindquist. Dr. Zachary Solomon. Dr. Benjamin Robinson Adler. Dr. Marcos Bachman. Dr. Caleb Jackson Dresser. Dr. Evan Dove Gale. Dr. Lucille Allen Gata. Dr. David Orson Riley. Dr. Ryan Casarella. Dr. Michael Ryan Hill. Dr. Jyotsna Malur. Dr. Raquel Jacqueline Wells. Dr. Catherine Reiser DeCarli. Dr. Prashanth Rao. Dr. Megan Lee Janes Remillard. Dr. Jason Stencil. Dr. Janine Hess Dierolf Weller. Burncoat House. Dr. Sarah Lubna Bashiruddin. Dr. Ava Ganson Chappelle. Dr. James Walter Doolin. Dr. John Kelly. Dr. Dien Viet Le. Dr. Dylan John Perry. Dr. Fei Song. Dr. Gianna Lucia Wilkie. Dr. Michaela Ruth Atkins. Dr. Joshua Todd Cohen. Dr. Kevin Robert Green. Dr. Safia Hussein. Dr. Michael David Mers. Dr. Mayur Mahesh Contractor. Dr. Jennifer Ashley Kukos. Dr. Felipe Fernandez del Castillo. Dr. Catherine Lynn Kennedy. Dr. Zehra Beza Omer. Dr. Waldo Anthony Zamor. Dr. Malik Munir Moeen Mazawi. Dr. Rand Nashi. Dr. Sarah Sue Roderick Quigley. Dr. Jessica St. John. Dr. Jason Philip Todd. Kelly House. Dr. Emily Grace Coggins. Dr. Michael John Davis. Dr. Eric M. Evan Browning. Dr. Timothy D. Kelly. Dr. Aubrey Lynn Samost. Dr. Salim H. Zerini. Dr. Laura B. Anthony. Dr. Tao Soon Do. Dr. Justin Donahue. Dr. Roderick George Gear. Dr. Amos Barron Lichtman. Dr. Samuel Lewis Edelman. Dr. Alexander Christakis. Dr. Prashant Hari Haran. Dr. Shivani Kumar. Dr. Kevin Thomas Abraham. Dr. Rachel Marie Erdell. Dr. Samantha Glantz Harrington. Dr. David Hongkit Ma. Dr. Jeanette Lowe Ryan Alcasab. Dr. James Kathy Savage IV. Dr. Laura Ting. Quinsigamond House. Dr. Samantha Alonso. Dr. Ariane Cuff Baker. Dr. John Rickety Chancellor. Dr. Demeter Kondili. Dr. Emily Leonora Weisberg Levoy. Dr. Rebecca Horn Lumsden. Dr. Michael Craig Murphy. Dr. Julia Alexandra Randall. Dr. Allison Marie Bialecki. Dr. Jacob Kushkuli. Dr. Richard William Leslie. Dr. Israel Ephraim Molina. Dr. Margaret Elizabeth Oliverio. Dr. Michael York Williams. Dr. Melanie Marie Dubois. Dr. Nicholas Michael Hodge. Dr. Amy Yoon Kwok. Dr. Keith William Lyons. Dr. Pavan Dilip Mehta. Dr. Aida Shkreta Taku. Dr. Jennifer Wong Lee. Dr. Adriana Machado Negrini. Dr. Walter G. Palmer III. Dr. Mark James Redlinski. Dr. Islan Sert. Dr. Xuan Wu. Tatnuk House. Dr. Rahla Aziz Bose. Dr. Jacqueline Irene Davis. Dr. Kayla Teresa Harchis. Dr. Sean Robert Maloney. Dr. Timothy John Boardman. Dr. Josephine Larkin Harrington. Dr. Kelly Michelle Pace. Dr. Khan Pham. Dr. Amy Suzanne Zale. Dr. Aaron Joseph Birkenwald. Dr. Caitlin Fitzpatrick. Dr. Andrew Michael Gallica. Dr. Juan Meng Mills. Dr. Rayut Nir. Dr. Elizabeth Ojukwu. Dr. Catherine Tolliver Bailey. Dr. Josiah T. Bote. Dr. Christopher Goljan. Dr. Y. Sum Lee. Dr. Kevin William O'Day. Dr. Emily Frances Souther.
Will all the graduates of the School of Medicine please rise and be recognized?
The class may remain standing. Congratulations to the class of 2016 of the School of Medicine. At this time, I would like to invite all of the physicians in the audience to also stand and on stage and join the School of Medicine graduates in reciting the Oath of Maimonides, which may be found on page 19 of the program. Thy eternal providence has appointed me to watch over the life and health of my fellow human beings. May the love for my art actuate me at all times. May neither avarice nor miserliness nor thirst for glory or for great reputation engage my mind. For the enemies of truth and philanthropy could easily deceive me and make me forgetful of my lofty aim of doing good to my patients. May I never see in the patient anything but a fellow creature of pain. Grant me strength, time, and opportunity, always to correct what I have acquired, always to extend its domain, for knowledge is immense, and the spirit of man can extend infinitely to enrich itself daily with new requirements. Today, we can discover our errors of yesterday, and tomorrow we may obtain a new light on what we think ourselves sure of today. I have been appointed to watch over the life and death of my fellow human beings. Here am I, ready for my vocation, and now I turn willing unto my calling.
Congratulations. I would like to thank our commencement vocalists, Kendra Vandervalk and Carolyn Flynn, as well as our organist faculty member, Julie Jonason, PhD, Professor of Physiology. Please remain in your seats until the platform party and graduates have left the tent. Mr. Desmond, we brought a day to make you feel comfortable here in Massachusetts. And the rain once again stays away. And now, I hereby declare the 43rd Annual Commencement Exercises of the University of Massachusetts Medical School closed.